I'm just trying to make sure everything is working okay. The one thing I did not do tonight, friends, I forgot to do a speed test. Okay, so fingers crossed. I'm going to do it right now. Wood lately. So, okay, I see there's people hopping on. Hello. So if you're new, welcome. If you're not familiar with who I am, my name is Cindy, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator based in Brigden, Ontario, Canada. So this video now streams to both Facebook and to YouTube. So I need to introduce myself because many people might come across this video and have no idea who I am. So for those that have been joining me for these lives every Monday night for the last 2 or 3 years, welcome back. Thank you for coming back week after week. I hope you are enjoying them. Hello, Miss Paula. I hope you guys enjoy these videos. Sometimes I struggle with, do I keep doing them? Do I not keep doing them? I don't know. So always looking for some input and some feedback. I'm going to do something. Hello, Susan. I see your name. Awesome. Okay, so I'm just running a speed test here as we get people hopping on. And then, oh, it says my speed test failed. Not good. Okay. All right. Well, fingers crossed. Says something's unplugged. I don't think anything's unplugged. Okay, so fingers crossed. You'll have to keep me posted on the quality, if it's cutting in and out, that kind of thing, because I don't have a speed test to go on tonight because it's telling me something's unplugged. Honestly, I give up most days. Okay, so just as we have people hopping on, I just wanted to let everybody know that I have posted the March classes. I don't even know what month we're in. Hello, Colleen. I don't know what month we're in. So I have posted our March classes, and I've created events for those on Facebook as well. They are on my my website. And I have put the link as well into our customer page, okay? So there's 3 places to find the information. But just so you know that I do have a monthly Fun Fold class coming up on February 28th. And we're actually going to make what we call, oh, maybe I shouldn't say. I shouldn't say, because there's going to be people that class that don't want to know maybe. So, okay. We're going to make a really super fun card that's 3-dimensional. How about that? Let's just leave it at that. And we're going to make 4 of those. And they're all going to be the same, freezing up at times. Hi, Marlon. Okay. Okay, it might be the internet. I'm not sure. So we're going to make 4 of those cards. It's a $35 order. It's February 28th. If you want to join, you need to let me know ASAP because I'm going to start cutting cardstock this week. So a couple things that are coming up in March. There's the wreath kit, which I showed you last week during the unveiling of new product. It's March 9th. It's $25, and you get everything you need to make the wreath, and the pretty box to take it home in. I'm doing a simple card making class on March 11th. This is very important for those that are beginner stampers or just want to get to know how to stamp. It's a great... I'm back to using YouTube. Okay. It's a great introductory class. We're only going to make 1 card, and it's an hour. Bam, 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 in, out, gone. Finish it Friday, March 17th. Sweet and simple stamping event. This is one you're going to want to pay attention to. So Sunday, March 19th, which is my mama's birthday, I'm going to have a class here. We're going to make 3 cards. It's a $15 order, and it needs to be an order, not cash. $15 order. And I'm going to have very simple cards, but there's also going to be treats here from Petrolia Street Bakery. Okay. I'm holding a class March 23rd on how to use vellum in window sheets. That's been an ask for a while, so we're going to pull that together and we're going to do that class. And then we have our next monthly Fun Fold class, which is Tuesday, March 28th. That's a recap, okay? So it's all over Facebook. If you can't find it, let me know. You can find it on my website as well. All right. So I see we have people hopping on. Hopefully it's not cutting in and out too badly. I can't test my speed because it's telling me something is unplugged. And I don't know if maybe possibly Maya unplugged something by accident when she was creating. I don't know. I need some help. I need a poll. Actually, here, I'm going to show you a sneak peek. What do you think of that? It's super simple. Isn't it cute? My little hippo. Love you a ton. I made this for Owen for tomorrow for Valentine's Day. He's going to kill me, but I'm going to do it anyway. And I need an opinion. I'll bring this back at the end of the video as well. I'm wondering which card you like better, with the white base or the gray base. They're the exact same card. I originally created the white, and I think it's too stark. So then I went and created the gray, and I think it completely changes the look. So I need your thoughts. I need an opinion, because I don't know which one I want to do. So be sure to comment on that. I'm going to keep bringing these back throughout the video as people hop on and off. Are we ready? Okay, Susan wants a vellum class. Okay, Susan, you're going to have to message me because I will not remember by the end of this video. I'm not going to lie. All right, so I'm going to do something completely different that I have never done before for my lives. I generally will do 3 cards. Well, I always do 3 cards. You're fine right now. Okay, perfect. I always do 3 cards, but I always mix up my papers and my stamp sets for those 3 cards. And tonight I'm not going to. Tonight I'm going to focus completely on this suite, the Irresistible Blooms one that I told you was an online exclusive. I'm going to make all 3 of my cards with this suite tonight. I don't know how it's going to go. So you guys are going to be my trial and error. Susan says gray. Okay, perfect. Okay, so 1 for gray. All right, so let's get started. You may have to help me really change these cards up. Okay, so these are the colors I'm using tonight. I don't know how this is going to go. So let's start with this one. We're going to do them all, so it doesn't matter. But okay, so you need your paper trimmer. You are going to put this cardstock. I told you. I'll get back to you, Facebook user, on the vellum class. I can't remember. My brain's mush right now. Okay, so what am I doing here? I'm putting the 8.5 portion of my cardstock at the top of my paper cutter. I'm going to line it up at 4 1/4. And I'm going to cut. So essentially I'm cutting my paper in 2. Okay. And then I'm going to go over to 5 1/2. My blade keeps falling out. So my scoring blade and my cutting blade are in reverse order. So I have to be very, very careful tonight. Okay, so I'm at 5 1/2 and I'm going to score. So I now have a card front, right? And then 5 1/2 again, and I have a card front. So essentially I've taken my piece of cardstock that was like this. I've cut it at 4 1/4, which gave me my 2 pieces. I've put these in. I've scored them at 5 1/2 and 5 1/2. I could have done the scoring first. Yes, I could have, but I didn't. All right, so we're there. If you're watching, that's great. You can come back tomorrow and redo it. You can pause me, mute me, whatever you want to do. Okay? All right. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put my cardstock, 1 piece of cardstock, in my paper trimmer. This is my score line right here. Okay? I know it's hard to see on video. I'm going to take the top of that score line and I'm going to put it on a diagonal. So the top of my score line is right here. And the bottom is down here. So I'm going to cut this on a diagonal. Okay. So I'm cutting on I'm just going to see if I can zoom this out a little bit. Hang on. Let me move my camera. Just 1 second. I'm going to see if maybe the lighting is not fantastic. Okay, so I have the top of my card. This is my card stock where it's scored. I'm going to line this up to here in my paper trimmer. I'm going to cut on a diagonal. So I should now have this. Okay. Now, so if this one I cut on the right-hand side of my scoring, this one I'm going to cut on the left-hand side of my scoring. So I'm going to go from this corner to this corner. And it really doesn't matter if you mess up because you can just flip your paper over, but make your life a little bit easier. I'm losing my voice. So I was able today. Oh, okay. Thank you, Cheryl. I just see Facebook user. Sorry. I was able today to shoot a couple videos too, which was fantastic. So stay tuned for those coming. All right. So this is what we have so far. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to cut my designer series paper because I told you guys to do that, but I have not done mine. So I told you it had to be 4 inches by 5 1/4. Okay. So I had not done mine yet. Okay. I think that's all the cutting I need to do right this second and scoring. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in those 2 pieces that we just cut. Okay. And I'm sorry, I realized I'm starting with the lightest color, which was kind of silly on my part. But what we're going to do is we're going to actually layer the big rectangle pieces on top of each other. So if you have been with me for a while, you have done this card, but it's been a very long time. Okay. So I'm going to add my adhesive to the big rectangular part that is not cut. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I am going to line this up with my score line. Just a hair, literally a hair, beside the score line. Lining it up on the top and the bottom. So I should have something like this. Okay, so this end is cut that way. This end is cut that way. Is anybody lost? I'm going to just pause here so you guys can get caught up because I know that the video is a few minutes behind. Okay. I'm just checking. Everybody good so far? Perfect. All right, here we go. So now what I want you to do is I want you to fold this part in and this part in. And this is where you need your bone folder or something of the equivalent. Okay, have you seen this card before? I hope so. All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to adhere glue, and we're just going to do just a smidge along the very bottom here. I generally like to do this with the liquid is what I like to do, but I realize my Tombow is empty. So just a little bit of adhesive right just along the bottom. And then we're going to close that up, and then we're going to do this one here just along the bottom, and then we're going to close that up. Now, in saying that, before you do that, I'm going to show you the card I did this afternoon. So this is the card I did this afternoon, and you'll notice that I actually adhered my paper on top here. You can put your paper here and then your paper here. I just think this looks a little bit more finished. But if you want to do it so your paper is here and then it's here, okay, it's 6 1/2. It doesn't have another really. What you're going to do is just cut your paper from corner to corner to get that, okay? Which I guess I can do right now because we're going to need it regardless. So I'll bring in my designer series paper and I'm going to just go corner to corner. And I'm going to use the front and the back because there will be no way for me to do this otherwise. Okay, so I should have put my silicone mat down. And I think my silicone mat might be buried right now. It is. Okay. That was exactly what I was trying to avoid. Because I did not want sticky all over my desk. All right. So I may have to take a second and just find my silicone mat. Oh, here it is. It's not as buried as I thought it was going to be. Okay, so now I'm going to adhere this part here as well. So this is making my crisscross applesauce fold. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my designer series paper. Yeah, if I knew my shapes would be awesome. What is going on here? Sorry. One is going to go this way. And this one is going to go this way. Is the light very bright? Maybe I need to turn my light down a little bit. Okay. So you'll notice that I'm not offering a ton of classes in March. I'm really only offering 3. And that's intentional, and I think you're going to see that going forward. There's going to be a lot less classes being offered. There's just not filling up as like I'd like to see. So I'm just going to have to pivot a little bit. So if there's a class you would like to see, please message me. Can I show where I glued them? Yes. So Janet, I just glued along the very, very bottom of each flap. Just very, very thin. And the reason I say very, very thin is because if you put too much glue along here on each of these 2 panels, your paper won't go on the inside. It will stick out and then it won't fit in your envelope. And I'll show you what I mean here. Just let me glue this one down so that I now have glue on here, so I don't want to mess that up. Oops, daisies. Okay, so what I mean by that, Janet, is if I put too much adhesive along here on each of these 2 flaps, this won't go all the way to the bottom, and it will stick out like this, and then it doesn't fit in your envelope, if that makes sense. I hope it makes sense. Okay. So I have glue on here that I'm just trying to get off. Okay, so now I need a piece to go on the inside, which I told you guys to cut at 4 by 5 1/4. Is that what I told you? I hope so. Let's go 5 1/4 first, because I'm cutting on the long side. So this card does need a little bit of extra paper. It uses a full sheet as opposed to a half a sheet. But I truly love this card because it's a different look. Absolutely different look. And it always gets a wow from people. Always. Okay. So I need to get my glue eraser out, I think, because this is going to drive me insanely crazy. So if I can find my glue eraser. Glue eraser is not something stamping. Oops. Did you hear that? I just threw something on the ground. I don't even know what. Glue eraser is not something stamping up cells anymore. I wish we did. I might have to put that in the sandbox as a returning item. Okay. And then this is going to slide in here. Now, if I wanted this to have another layer behind it, I would cut the colored cardstock. I'm having a difficult time speaking today. A colored cardstock at 4 by 5 1/4. And then my white, I would just go down 1/4 of an inch. So it'd be like 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, I'm not going to do that in this case. I might on another card, but for this one, I'm not going to. All right, so for this one, I am going to actually keep this very, very simple. I'm going to grab my stitch shapes or stylish shapes, which if you follow me, you know that this, my friends, is my absolute favorite die set. I might just do this one. And I might do this. Yes, okay. So I'm going to cut this out with a piece of white over here on my die cutting machine, which is way beside me. So please comment if you are falling behind, if you're confused, if you're frustrated, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, any of those things. I'm just moving my phone. Anybody? I just see something here. Okay. All right. Now, this is soft sea foam is the color that I'm using tonight. Which is a very, very faint color traditionally. So what I'm going to actually do is I think I'm going to use Parakeet Party, and I'm going to stamp my sentiment, and I'm going to stamp on the inside of my card. Now, Parakeet Party is not a color I use a lot. Oh, hey, this stamp set's not even put together. Okay, let me close up my ink for a second. So I can put my stamp together. It's going to be a little bit difficult to stamp an image when it's not put together. So if I had realized this today, while I was here, I could have actually put this together, but I did not. So, and I think a lot of you have seen me put this together, my stamp sets together, so it's not anything new for most of you. I try to do it the simplest way possible. Okay, so I'm doing mine as a thank you. And I'm going to use Parakeet Party. Which is one of the in colors. And I'm going to actually stamp this on my silicone mat. Like this. I'm totally making sense. That's almost scary. Right? But thank you. I'm glad, because sometimes I think things are making sense and then I realize I've completely lost everybody and excuse me, they're confused. And I'm off in my little world thinking everything's just lovely. So it's very hard to do a one-sided Zoom and a training or a video like this because you cannot see the recipients. So you have no idea how lost they are. So I definitely appreciate the comments. So I'm going to use soft sea foam. And what I'm going to actually do is I'm just going to stamp this leaf. Oh, can you see that? No, you're right. You can't see it because my soft sea foam is completely and utterly dried out. Well, isn't that poopy? Like nothing on here at all. Wow, isn't that sad? Okay, well, I guess I won't be using my soft sea foam tonight. Honestly. All right, so I am going to use... Oh, actually, I wanted that. Because what I want to do is I want to actually stamp inside here. So you're probably wondering about this, right? How are people going to know if they have to pull it out? So there's a couple things you can do. You can punch out any image and just staple it on there. You could put a piece of ribbon with a brad so they know to pull. You can just leave it. Like there's really not a magical answer. Or a right or wrong answer to this. It's just whatever you prefer. I tend to leave mine, excuse me, I tend to leave mine just like that, and people seem to figure it out. So think we're probably okay. All right. I find you easy to follow. Well, that's good. Thank you. Because sometimes things in my brain don't actually come out the way I want them to come out. So, super duper helpful. I think I'm going to go this way. And I'm going to stamp this in this corner. And I think I actually might go this way and stamp this one in the corner. So then when you are looking at this from a closed card, you can see the stamping there. Now, this piece here, sorry, I've got too many things on my desk happening right now. Like dimensionals is what I was looking for. Okay, so if you are, I'm losing my voice. I don't know what the heck's going on. If you are just joining, I just want to be careful where I'm putting my adhesive here as well. Sorry, I just started a thought and I'm like a squirrel tonight. I want to be sure where I'm putting my adhesive because I don't want to put my adhesive up too high because then it will glue right onto here, right? So just be cautious of that as you're gluing that down. Okay, so this one is very, very plain, but so, so pretty. Now, we have some jewels that I plan on using on all of my cards tonight because they are just so stinking adorable. I need my glue dots though. So, and my take your pick tool. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the bright yellow because I think it's smashing. And I'm going to actually put, I'm going to put one here. I'm going to put, I struggle with random. If anybody knows, everything has to be like, drives me nuts. Okay, I should almost close my eyes and put them down because I feel like I have to have them balanced or it stresses me out. You're like, just put the stupid thing down. I know you are. Okay. Sorry. I don't know what it is. If things are not bang on, it really stresses me out. Okay. So what I did was I lifted off my backing with my pokey part of my take your pick tool. Then I took my putty, which I need to replace, picked it up, and then I put that down. So this is why you need to take your pick tool. So the other thing I will tell you is that the toolkits that I have, oh, there's different sizes in here. Shoot, I forgot all about that. The take your pick tool is one of the items that's in the new toolkit that I have designed. And I was packaging those up today. So if you're interested in one of those, I'm not sure I like this, but anyway, we'll see. We'll just carry on. I only have a very, very limited amount of those kits. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, I've developed a starter, excuse me, a starter kit. A tool starter kit that has all the basics that you need. So it has the adhesive, it has your take your pick tool, it has scissors, it has a bone folder, it has like a couple different adhesives, it has dimensionals. What else does it have in there? Scissors, your paper snips. It's got it all. It's a pretty robust starter kit. But it's a great one to get you started on, you know, like, do I need that? Do I need that? Well, then you have everything nice and close in a gorgeous little bag, by the way. that you can just bring with you to class when you come. Okay, so there's my first one. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to close this up for a second just so that I can get... Okay, so if you're just hopping on, I need a vote. I need to know if you like this card in white or do you like it in gray? I originally developed it in white. I thought it was too stark, so then I developed it in gray, and now I don't know. So I need some opinion. I showed it to Maya, and she's like, Mom, I like both of them. So I need somebody to help me to decide. All right, here's my second card. Oh, I really wish I had got my... I'm going to just put my silicone mat there because there's a sticky spot right there now. All right, so card number 2. Here we go. If I'm going too fast, don't worry. You can come back and watch the video tomorrow or after. So I'm cutting this at 4 1/4 on the 8 1/2 side, so it gives me 2 sheets. And then I'm going to put this into my paper trimmer again, and very carefully I'm going to make sure that I'm using my scoring blade, and I'm scoring at 5 1/2, which is a card front, and I'm scoring this one at 5 1/2, which is a card front. Okay, so I have 2 card fronts. Everybody's liking the white. Okay, now I'm going to put this back into my paper trimmer. Here's my score line. Top of my score line on a diagonal. Make sure it's straight. Oh, see, I keep losing my blade. Okay, so there's that one. I'm not sure why all of a sudden. It's never done that before. So this one, if I cut this way, this one I'm going to cut the opposite way. Again, if you mess up on that, don't worry. You can just flip your paper over. So then I end up, I have no help, I like them both. I know, honestly, I do too. I don't, like, usually I'm like, oh, no, totally have to do in one color or the other. Not this one. I don't know what it is. I like them both. Which tells me no matter what I do, the people are going to like them. So, all right. So, I'm now going to put my adhesive onto the square. The big, sorry, there. If I knew my shapes would be helpful. Onto the large rectangle. I am losing my voice. I don't know what the heck's going on with me. Okay, and then I'm going to layer these 2 on top of each other with my triangles going opposite directions. Okay, and I feel like that's not on there right, but that's now committed, so we're too bad, so sad. Okay, so now I'm going to fold this over, crease it with my bone folder, fold, crease it with my bone folder. So Janet, to your point, I'm running my adhesive very little bit down here and little bit down here, okay? As small as you can, but make sure it's actually, at least make sure you're actually putting adhesive there. So, and then we're going to close this up. How many of you made this card before? Excuse me. A few of you, because a few of you have done this with me. Okay. I think I'm losing my voice from my Ventolin, to be quite honest. Okay, so there's my crisscross applesauce. And then I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to cut this DSP at 4 by 5 1/4, which I told you to do and I have not done. Do I need to think about which way I want to do this? Let's go this way, 5 1/4. So if your paper is directional, you may need to think about what you're doing as far as design. And I'm going to cut one to the other. And again, depending on if your paper is directional and which paper you want to showcase more, will depend on which angle you cut your paper at. So this one is going to go here. And this one will go here. I like this one because I've not made this card before. Okay. Well, I'm glad I did this because I was actually going to do the split negative. Which I might still do for another week. But I thought this is a really fun one. I like to use this one a lot for the holidays. Like Valentine's Day, I do a lot of this one for. I did this year, mind you, but generally I do. And Easter, that kind of thing. I like this one. It's a fun one. And I figure this is better than just a standard card layout. Does require a little bit more paper, I know, but we will get back to using our scraps here shortly as well. Okay. So there we have it. Now, I could put a belly band around this as well if I wanted. I'm going to have to get some water. Sorry. I don't know if it's just so dry in here or what the problem is, but I could put a belly band around this as well if I wanted, just to kind of give it more dimension, whatever. This is going to go in here like that. And then this one, I think what I'm going to do is, I'm looking for my stylish shapes here. I think I will use this one, stamp my splatter on this, stamp a flower, and then pop it up on this one potentially, is what I'm thinking. So are you using 3 different patterns for your cards? I know there's not a lot of people watching tonight, so I think Monday nights are not a good night for people, so we may have to switch up the night. What do you think? Maybe people are just getting bored with Mystery Mondays, do you think? I kind of wonder sometimes. Have we been doing them too long as demonstrators? Shall we stop? Okay, let me go here, and I have to put together my splatter. My sentiment is on white cardstock, but again, you could layer that. So if you wanted to actually put like another layer behind that, you absolutely could do that. I don't know what I dropped on the floor over there. I'll find it when I trip over it. Yeah, I think life gets crazy sometimes. I actually went to pick something up in Petrolia from somebody today, and I got yapping, and I almost was late for my own date. But it was nice to get caught up, so. Okay. I know a lot of people are traveling right now. Either coming back from vacation or going on vacation. I'm doing neither. I'm going to use, sorry, I just hit the camera. I'm going to use Petal Pink, which I think is also dry. I'm going to have to re-ink up all, oh, well, I guess we'll find out because I stuck my finger in the ink pad. I'm going to have to re-ink up all my ink pads, I think. Because, yeah, see, this one is completely dried out as well. What is going on? Jeepers creepers. Okay, let me try Blushing Bride then. Actually, no, you know what? I'm not going to use Blushing Bride. I'm going to use Flirty Flamingo. You can tell I re-inked that one. Probably with the wrong ink pad would be my guess because it's not absorbing in. Yeah, beautiful. Okay. So there is that. Now I'm going to take this flower. It would have been oh so helpful had I assembled all these stamps today when I had all the time in the world. Well, I didn't have all the time in the world. I was very busy today, but okay, what am I doing here? Don't change the night. Okay. Life just gets crazy. I know life gets crazy. Monday is my day off, mostly, which is kind of nice. I'm very, very lucky. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to stamp this one in black. Yeah. All of a sudden I was like, do I want to do that? Did I want to do that? I don't know. I'm going to stamp this in black. I should have actually, one of the things I've heard we can do is actually clean your stamp first before you ever ink it up, which I should have done with these ones, which I did not. And it just takes that extra little film off your stamps that sometimes are there. Okay. I was going to color that, but I'm not sure I'm going to like that colored. So I think I'm going to go back and do this as a floaty flamingo. What do we think? Let's do this one as a floaty flamingo as well and see what happens. Yeah, let's do that. Who said they don't put their stickers on their stamps? Ah! I always put my stickers on my stamps. I think, honestly, you know what I think it is? I was going to say I was raised like that. I was trained that you always did that because we used to have wood blocks, right? So we didn't have the luxury of not putting them on. So I think it's just nature, natural, force of habit to do that. Okay. Yes. Let's see what we got. Just waking up here. Uh-oh. Is that Bev or is that Tracy? I'm thinking maybe Bev. All right. So if you're watching this on a replay, please put hashtag replay. That's very helpful to me because it tells me how many are, oh, I lost my paper. How many are watching on a replay? I am losing my voice. I don't know. Not cool. Not cool. All right, where's my flower? This is what I want to do. Oh, so you can't even see my speckles though. Because my flower takes that all off. Huh, isn't that interesting? Okay, and I'm going to do this. It's hard to get them off the stamp case. Yeah, that's true. But they did that actually because as demonstrators, we complained. I should say we complained because that's not really true. We vocalized that the other stamps were not sticking, right? So they kept falling off as we're in mid creating and we were getting annoyed. So that's why now they've gone to the other extreme where they're so sticky that we can't get them off. Okay, where's my card? So, I'm going to put that there with this hello. Every time I see the word hello, I think of the Adele song. Oh no. Hi, Chris. Yeah, that was, I think, probably even more annoying than it being too sticky. It was when your blocks came off. Not blocks, your stamps came off. You'd be like this, and then all of a sudden, boom, and it'd fall right on your card. And so we were having to use glue dots, believe it or not, to hold our stamps in place, and it was a little bit ridiculous. Actually, it wasn't a little bit ridiculous. It was very, very incredibly ridiculous. So, after many people vocalizing their concerns, they changed it. So, I actually am using Daffodil Delight paper, but I'm going to use Crushed Curry ink because I want a nice bright yellow. I'm not even sure this is the yellow. Why? Why are all my inks like drying out? I'm like beyond frustrated. Oh, I'm gonna have to actually like re-ink all of them, I think. Well, maybe I'll wait till I find out if there's a color refresh, and then I'll decide which colors I'm gonna re-ink. Because let's be honest, if there's a color refresh, I'm not going to waste my energy on colors that are disappearing. Okay, what am I? I'm just decorating now. I'm not really doing anything. I'm looking for my scissors. Oh my gosh, I can't even find my desk right now. Okay, here's my paper snips. So you will get paper snips in your kit. That I've put together if you choose. Here's my card. I'm thinking about something like this. I'm going to snip here. Oh, the screen's going black on YouTube? But it seems to be okay on Facebook. Now, I will tell you that when I went back and rewatched my video last week, I found that the YouTube video looked pixelated, but the Facebook one did not, which I thought was kind of interesting because Facebook has been a pain in the tush. So I was kind of surprised that it was actually the one that was working better. You know what? I did not love doing the YouTube video. Like, okay, don't get me wrong. Not that I didn't love doing the YouTube videos. I liked doing them. The problem was it was still a lot of work for me, and I didn't feel like I was getting that interaction, which was really, really hard for me. And I just felt like I was going through the motions just to do the video, right? Like I felt like it was just like, anyway, I prefer this way as well. I've lost my stickers to my stamps because I can't even find my desk right now. Here they are, found them. So yeah, I feel like this is actually more, I feel like this is more personable. So yes, so my toolkits, they're quite large. Like they have a lot of stuff in them. I think when I priced it out, I think I was giving it for a discount at $68, I think. Don't quote me on that. But there's a lot of product in it. So you're getting a lot in there. All right. So I'm going to stamp a leaf. I feel like my crafting space is getting smaller and smaller by the minute here. I'm going to stamp a leaf. Yeah, I think a lot of people prefer the interaction on Facebook, to be quite honest. I just wish Facebook wasn't being so stupid, because it's making it harder and harder all the time for us to do what we love, right? Which is interacting with people. So it's not really intended to be for this purpose, right? It was intended to actually for people to connect, which this is connecting, but it's not the purpose behind it, right? So I think they would rather us go to like a YouTube platform to do these kind of things, which is silly in my opinion, because you're getting people onto your platform, right? So why do you care what they're doing on it? Well, I mean, within reason. You don't really want anybody doing anything illegal or inappropriate, but all right. Okay, the leaf just makes it, right? Okay, I just don't want to use a big stamping dimension. So I keep cleaning off my desk and putting things away. And then it turned like another disaster there. So I had it tidied. I wouldn't say cleaned. It was tidied. What the heck happened here? There. It was tidied today, and now it looks like a disaster again. Okay, so we have to put some bling on here, and we have to stamp our this thingy, the inside. All right, where am I going here? Friends, help me. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna take a second. This is like almost stressing me out. Okay. So on here, I'm gonna use some of the pink ones. If I can find my... Okay, do you guys seriously do this? Like when you're crafting? Like, please tell me this happens to you where you just, things are on your desk and you can't find them. Please tell me I'm not alone. Okay, we have one more card to do. I actually was going to do a motorcycle card tonight, to be quite honest, with this fold. Because I struggle with where to put these. Because I thought it would be really fun to do one. So I don't know if I'll do it on the live tonight. I might just do it after. I'm going to take all these off, actually. There. Okay. So, oh, who's digging me? This is a great invitation. Sorry, my daughter. Oh, okay, I know what she's talking about. My daughter just texted me, and I was like, what is she talking about? Okay, hang on one second. Okay. Do you know when somebody sends you a message and like they like assume you know what they're talking about and you have no idea? Has that ever happened to anybody? Okay, so I'm going to flip this one over. So these little guys are like very teeny weeny. Oh, the other thing you get in your kit is take your pick tool. I don't know if I told you that. There. Okay. I took a long time on that card. I should not have, but I did. Okay. I don't know who it is, but yeah, I find later, when you go back to watch it later, it seems to be okay. I don't know. Like, I really don't know what is up with Facebook anymore. It's like it has a temper tantrum. Like, it just kind of drives me a little bit batty. And because I have a different profile, like I have a couple different profiles, I feel like it has a bit of a hissy fit sometimes. And then I don't know where to find things anymore. And okay, so I'm going to do the splatter. And then I think I just cleaned that stamp. So I'm going to use crushed curry. And put that on top. I don't know if I like that, but it's done. Okay. There is my second one. So we have one. And then we have two. Okay, so our last one. So I think that some of you are crafting along with me. Some of you are not. Some of you, it keeps saying it's freezing, so you're going to watch later. I'm just going to clean these all off so I can kind of tidy up my desk a little bit. Okay. Now, let's get some of the stuff put away. So my last card I'm actually using, oh, see, yeah, this is the, there we go. I'm using is Flirty Flamingo. So that is not a color I use often. And I have a thought in my head of what I want to do with this one. Will it work? I have no ding dong idea. Okay, I have a problem matching my shapes. Okay, there we go. All right. Close this. What is going on here? Everything's sticking. Okay, let me just close that up for a second. All right. Last card. I'm using this one, this pretty paper. It's going to be kind of bright, I know, but I don't think I really care because I think sometimes you just need a little bit of sunshine. So the other thing is I am sending out cards. If anybody would like me to send them a card or somebody you know a card, please be sure to let me know. So 4 1/4 is what I cut my paper at. I turned it. I'm scoring at 5 1/2. And then I'm going to bring it in. I'm going to cut from the score line down to the point. Here. And if you know anybody who is new to paper crafting, and if they're looking to get started, they can go to my channel and they can actually watch all the videos. And what I've done is I put that on a playlist now. So what should happen, if I did it correctly, that list should just start playing one after the other. Just watching, crafting, and making right along with you. Ooh, I like that one. Me too. Me too. It's one of my favorites. I almost didn't use this paper. Do you know why? Because I know I can cut the flower out. And I was like, oh, do I want to waste it when I know I can cut these out with the dies? Is that terrible? I know. That's my thought process. Like, really, that happens. Those struggles are real. But then I'm like, no, you're going to be a big girl and you're going to use the paper. And if you want to cut out the dies, then you can order more paper. Right? So I have 2 packs of this paper because as a demonstrator, I was able to order 2. So I'm very lucky that way. So this will go live March 1st, and it will only be online. So it's an online exclusive, what they're calling it. My guess is, honestly, it will sell out extremely fast. That's just my gut reaction, because a lot of demonstrators fell in love with this suite. So we're promoting it a lot. So you're going to see a lot of things happening with this. All right. So, yeah, this would make a great invitation card. I think I actually did this for one of my kids' birthdays, possibly, with this. So beautiful. Okay, so Flirty Flamingo. Okay. There we go. And I'm going to put that one there. Okay. And then I'm going to put this one here because I love this one. And then this one, I'm going to put this one down first though, because I want this one to be the predominant one. I can't even talk. Like, honestly, I don't know what the heck is wrong with me anymore. Too many words going around in my head. All right. So how many of you feel that you might actually make this card or use this card in the future? Because I'm going to share a little secret with you. Excuse me. In the past, you would only get the style card if you were in one of my classes. I would never have done this card as a freebie, but I have changed my thinking. And I am definitely going to start doing more of these. So my classes going forward, everybody, just so that we're clear, my cards will not be basic cards. There, for our all occasions card class, there is one card, excuse me, that is a basic card, and you'll understand when you see it why it's a basic card. It needs to be, and it doesn't need to be elaborate, if you will. But all other cards in my classes will be fun folds or fancy folds. Okay, they will not be plain old, open them up, throw a stamp on the front, and that's it. That's not how I roll. So, if you're looking for a different style of card, then you will want to make sure that you are registered for those classes, okay? Just so you're aware. And that's not how I did my classes in the past. In the past, my cards were very, very basic and very simple, and I'm moving away from that. I think you can still do simple and elegant, but do them as a fun fold or a fancy fold is what that's where I'm thinking. All right, now, here is my dealio. I am thinking, I've lost my dice, for the love of Moses. Okay, here we go. This is what I have in my head. This is going to cut out an entire circle. This will not fit on here, I don't think. Poopy poop. Okay, I need to grab a piece of Flirty Flamingo. I'm thinking I want to cut this out. Actually, no, I was going to do this in white is what I was going to do. I was going to cut this in white. And then I was going to put the big flower in the middle. But maybe I should do this in Flirty Flamingo now that I'm thinking of it. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to grab a piece of Flirty Flamingo. Bear with me for a minute while I grab a piece that I can use for this. All right, here we go. This is a great card for like a sympathy card. It's great for a thank you card. It's great for an invitation, an anniversary card. So many options for this card. So when you cut out the circle, let me teach you a little something. When you cut out this card, or this element, so you get this, right? It's beautiful. Absolutely stinking beautiful. But this is not going to work there, right? So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my paper snips and I am going to snip this out. Like this. Oops, daisies. There, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm getting away from simple cards. I know some people want simple, but I really do think that most fun folds, all beginners can do, right? We are all beginners at some point. I don't think there's a card out there that a beginner can't do. Well, there might be a couple. I might want to be cautious in saying that. But for the most part, fun folds, fancy folds. So the card we're doing at club this month, like I said, I'm not going to show it to you or tell you what it is, but it's a 3D card. Literally, so incredibly simple. It's almost scary. So this is what I'm thinking. And then I'm like, what if we put this flower in the middle? What do you think? Yeah. In Flirty Flamingo? Crisscross applesauce. One of my favorite cards. If I don't know what to do for a card, like, I will definitely do a crisscross applesauce card. Because it always gets a wow. Yeah, it takes up a little bit of extra paper. But who cares? It's paper, friends. They make it every ding dong day. Until they run out of pulp. Then we're in trouble. Right? This is Flirty Flamingo that I'm working on right now, Janet. Which is not a color you'll see me use very often. But nonetheless, it is one that I actually quite like. I'm thinking I want to maybe use these leaves. Possibly. Okay, anyway, let me cut this out. And if you can figure out something to do with that, you can win a prize. Oh, speaking of prize, friends, oh my gosh. Oh, shoot, my dog just moved on me. I completely forgot. I have January's Fill the Bag here. And I was going to show you everything that was in it. And I have to draw still. I have not done that. I'm sorry. But I do have the stuff here beside me. I was going to show everybody what is in the Fill Your Bag this month. There's a lot in it. A lot of value. Okay. This needs something. I feel like this maybe should have been white. Let's get some green leaves and see if we can pop this baby out. Let's see. Granny Apple Green? Why, sure. This is honestly, I love this bundle. I'm really, really glad that I got it. Because I think it's another one I'm going to use a lot. It's just got such variety. It's kind of like a little bit like the Christmas Lights Aglow feel to it. It's kind of what it reminds me of, but like a all occasions version of that, as opposed to Lights Aglow. All right. And we need a sentiment. So I'm thinking I'll put the sentiment right here. Okay, let's just go with this. Let's just make it happen. I'm slow. Colleen, this is not a race. Don't you worry. You work at your own pace. I work a little bit faster than most because I know that I am also on a fight with the internet. I never know when it's going to pooch out on me. Although, knock on wood, it's been good lately. So I am going to put my glue on the little baubles. Is that what we're going to call them? Baubles? Sure, let's call them baubles. That's where I'm going to put these. So tomorrow is Valentine's Day. And I actually made my son a Valentine's Day card, and he's going to kill me. But I'm so excited. And I actually made my daughter and her friends and my kids and my husband a little treat to put in their lunch. I'm loving this card, Cindy. Oh, thank you. Oh, I think that was my daughter messaging me. My phone just did something funky. Oh no, it's Instagram. All right, so I'm going to put this one here. Just hold that for a second. And I'm going to put this one here. So I want you to share your finished projects with me though. I'm not seeing a lot of that, so it's hard for me to pick a winner every week. And I don't have anything to pick from. So, share your pictures. Come on, get in there. Okay, you usually don't struggle with this. I even have my computer glasses on right now. There we go. All right, so there we go. Now, I'm going to put I need a shorter sentiment here. I could put hooray, it's your day. Or I like you. I like that one. I like you. I'll just do hooray, it's your day, maybe. I'm just looking at comments, make sure I haven't missed anybody. I always feel like I'm missing. We're almost done. I am like, my goodness, my desk does not look very happy right now. Such an ongoing battle to keep it tidy, eh? Okay, now I need a piece of papier. I'm going to do this in, I feel like I'm using the same color schemes tonight in all these cards, but it doesn't matter. I'm enjoying playing with this suite, actually. Okay. Trim that baby down. Ooh, I almost cut the Y off that one. That was close. That was close. All right. All right, it's your day. Paper snips. Paper snips. So yes, so if you're interested in one of those starter kits, toolkits, you'll have to let me know. I only have, I think there's only 4. Maybe 5, but I think 4. But they're great if you're going to like a class, because then you just grab your kit and go. No thinking, just all right. Just a little pop of color. Not a ton of color. Oops, daisies. Come on, baby. There we go. Oh, I think I messed that up. You know I'm bringing out the Wink of Stella, let's be honest. I think I need to replace my Wink of Stella finally. It's been 100 years. I think it's finally just hit its breaking point. All right, so now I need my gems. I feel like I want to do yellow on this. I was gonna do the yep, those ones, whatever the heck they're called, because my brain is poopies. But I think I'm gonna do yellow. Let me do this 1, 2. 3. It would, I believe, fit through the mini embosser machine. Yes. Yep, I would say so. It's pretty small. Like, it fits in the palm of my hand. My mini embossing machine is on the kitchen table, so I can't tell you 100%. I feel like it would. I could be completely wrong. But I feel like it probably would. If not, it'll be pretty darn close. Oops. Oh, that did not work out so well, did it? No. So I need to replace my gummy. All right, one last one, friends. I gotta tell you, these little gems, love them. I don't usually worry too much about these little piddly things because they're exactly that, piddly, but when you have the take your pick tool, it's pretty smashing, I gotta tell you. Okay, now I feel like we need to do something here. You just want to be very careful with these, like put them back in the baggie that they come in and put the lid on them, because that's kind of be pretty important. So I wonder if I could, wide flat. I wonder if I could do the flower across the top, or like parts of the flower. What do you think? Where's my masking paper? Okay. I gotta wipe that off with a baby wipe. That might be a little bit too much. Look at the bling bling on that one. All right, where are my 3 cards? What a disaster I have here. Holy schmoggies. Okay, is there anybody new on the video that was not here at the beginning? Let's do a show and tell. Here's a show and tell. This one I made for my son. It's super duper simple on purpose, but I wanted to use this new embossing folder. And can I tell you something? I love hippos. Love hippos. And I had not played with this hippo yet. So, yeah, that's why I did this one. So this is for my son, which I have to put the white piece on the inside. So I'm going to take that home to him. I'm going to put that with his gift tomorrow. And then my husband, I did one from last year. It's got 2 cows and they're hugging. They're actually bulls. It says we belong together. It's stinking adorable. Okay, so if you were not here at the beginning, we're taking a vote on white or gray. And so far, white is winning, which is so funny because white was my original. I thought it was too stark. And so I switched it to gray, and now I like them both. But the more I look, the more I think I like the white. So, anybody have a thought on that one? Comment. Okay. So here's my original card that I did today. I'm seeing people dropping off. So there's my original card. This was card number 1. Very stinking simple. This is card number 2. Very stinking simple. And there's number 3. Maybe a little bit too much going on here. I don't know. What do you think? Okay. White is definitely the winner for this card. Okay, perfect. So I will make sure that card is completed in white, friends. So this card will fit in a standard envelope as well. Very, very simple. Yeah. So I hope that you will consider making this card and posting it onto the 3 is my favorite. Yeah, I actually think I like this one the best, to be quite honest. Like, truthfully. I don't know if it's the colors, if it's has more to it. White. Okay, perfect. Yeah. Okay. It's funny. White is definitely the front runner. And at first I thought it was too stark, but then when I made the gray, I was like, oh, maybe it really isn't. So that's funny. Sometimes I do that. I'll make cards in different colors because I just can't decide. And then once I've made it in another color, then I'm like, oh yeah, totally. Yeah, I go with my original. 3. Love the pink one. I know it's probably my favorite as well, honestly. And it was probably the one I was concerned about the most not liking. Because I was like, oh, it's Flirty Flamingo. I don't know. And I think it ended up being my favorite. So, these ones are too plain. They need something more. This one's just kind of washed out. But there are your Mystery Monday cards for this fine, fine evening. What did I put on the nothing. I just put flowers on that one. You can put your sentiment on the inside though, Colleen, if you wanted. Absolutely. Oh, it's got the leaves. And then this one's got, what's this one have? The flower. But you definitely could put your sentiment on the inside. For sure you can. And it gives you lots of room to write. So it's kind of a win-win. So yeah, I was going to do it in the motorcycle one, but I'm not going to do that tonight. I think I will save that for another evening. So I was going to do a class on the motorcycle set, but I feel like it's very specific. So I think I'm going to not do that unless there's an interest for that. And then in that case, I would do it. But I have posted the March classes If you register early for those, I will be giving you a gift. If you would like a virtual option for any of those, you are very, very welcome. If you want a virtual option for any of those, I will do virtual if there's enough interest. If it's only one or two, what I will do is I will just do the video and then I will upload it and then you can just do it at your leisure. Okay, so I want everybody to have an opportunity to participate in classes if you choose. And like I said, card classes will no longer be simple, basic, fold open type cards. They will be more fun folds and fancy fold cards. So don't let that intimidate you, because the ones that I am doing are all able to be done by all skill levels. And that is where I come in, because I help you with those steps and I walk you through those. Okay, so please keep that in mind as you're registering for classes. And I know that you cannot register for all classes. I understand that. That's why I give them all to you at the beginning of the month, so you can select which ones you might want to participate in. Okay, so I hope that's helpful. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you'll come back. I hope you'll share. Virtual auction of what? Oh, virtual option. Sorry, option of classes. So if you would like to participate in the virtual classes for any of the ones that I have coming up for March, you are more than welcome to do so. You just need to let me know. Okay? All right. That's it, friends. Thank you so very much for coming and spending your evening with me. I appreciate it. I appreciate each and every one of you. It's 8:42, which is a lot longer than I'm usually here. So have a good night. Have a good week. Get your pictures posted. And we will chat with you soon. All right. Bye, everybody. Thanks for coming. Bye-bye.